Minnesota. New York! Thank you for giving us Donald J. Trump. Now, first the bad news. I know. As bad as we think it's going to be worse. That's the truth, my friends. I'm sorry to have to begin on such a depressing note, but here is the good news. The good news is there's more of us than there are of them. That's the good news. She not only won by 3 million more votes, there's another 7 million who voted Green or Libertarian. They also didn't want Donald J. Trump. That's more than 10 million voters that said no to Donald J. Trump. What Mr. De Niro said about this great city and how sad it is that this man represents not just the city now, but the country. He does not rule with a mandate. There is no mandate. Keep this in mind in your moments of despair. You are not alone. We are the majority. We are the majority. Don't give up. I won't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. No. 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 See, you will appreciate that. Wow, this is an incredible crowd here. You can't see, but they're still trying to get in from Columbus Circle. It's packed back there. They're pushing them over to Broadway to go all the way down to come in from the back. It's incredible that everybody turned out here tonight. This is the beginning of our 100 days of resistance. 100 days of resistance. And that's just the first 100 days, but I like to think positively that it's only going to take us 100 days. Tens of thousands of people are watching this right now on live stream all across the world. Welcome, all of you, to New York City. I want you to get out your devices, whatever you're carrying. If you're at home, go to 100daysofresistance.org. And there you can sign up, and we are going to have missions and different things we're going to be doing here in these first 3 months. Everybody, there's lots of groups, lots of people involved, whether you're a group or an individual. Everybody has to commit to doing something every single day now. Every single day. You don't have to quit your job. You don't have to drop out of school. It's just something very small you have to do. Every day, you have to contact your member of Congress or one of your 2 senators. Every day. It takes 3 minutes. Wake up, brush teeth, make coffee, contact Congress. That's the new morning routine. The phone number is 202-225-3121. You call that number any time of the day or night. A human being answers it. There's an actual 24/7 switchboard. Call that number. If you don't know who your congressperson is, that's okay. Just give them your zip code. Everybody knows their zip code. Give them your zip code and they'll go, oh, well, your member of Congress is Jerome Nadler. May I put you through? And they'll put you right through. In fact, you can say, no, I'd like his private line. Can I have a direct number? They will give you the direct number. Each of you have 1 representative and 2 senators. They only work 3 days of the week, Tuesday to Thursday. If you can't do it all 5 days on those 3 days, call your rep one day, call your another senator the next day. And every day we'll be posting what we need to be pushing for. We need to stop Rick Perry. We need to stop Betsy DeVos right now. I know her from Michigan. She's helped to destroy our public schools. Who here promises to call Congress every day or at least 3 days a week? Who's going to do it? What's the number again? 202-225-3121. You're paying for the phone. You might as well use it. What the mayor said, what the mayor of Minneapolis said, what Robert De Niro said, it's all so important. This is not a night of rhetoric. We're not up here spouting cliches tonight. We're saying this is a time for action, and we will put ourselves on the line for that. When the immigration authorities come to take people from New York away, the mayor has said that's not going to be a cooperative venture. So if they decide to send the feds in anyways, we have to do something about it. I'm sorry to have to put this out there, but it's not just going to be about coming to demonstrations like this. We're going to have to put ourselves on the line. I'm sorry to say this. We're in a very dangerous moment in history where a malignant narcissist and a sociopath is in the Oval Office. This is a very dangerous moment. So when they come to New York to take our Mexican neighbors out of here, who's willing to stand in front of the George Washington Bridge and say, not unless you go through me? Who's willing to do that? Peacefully and non-violently. Who will stand at the Lincoln Tunnel or the Holland Tunnel and say, no, this is the United States of America. No. If he tries to put up a Muslim registry where Muslim Americans, keyword Americans, are supposed to sign up, I will be the first one to sign up on the Muslim registry. Who will join me? Who will join me? Will you sign up? Who will sign their name? Let's all sign our name. We're all Muslim. We're all Mexican. We're all women. We're all Americans. Yes, and we're all gay, and lesbian, and bisexual, and transgender, and goddammit, we're all queer too. We're gonna win, folks. A little bit of pain, a little bit of discomfort, but a lot of work on our part will stop this man. He will not last the 4 years. It's a dangerous combination, a narcissist and a public official, because it all is about what's in it for me. Me. And when they think like that, that's when they break the law, and that's when he'll go down. I have one other idea. I have one final idea. Some reporter was just asking me, well, what's the point of all this? Because no matter how much bad news he creates or there is about him, doesn't seem to affect him. I said, right, yes, that's right. He's not affected by the bad news when he talks about his sexually assaulting women. He's not affected by the bad news that comes out of him calling Mexicans rapists and murderers. That's right. He's not affected by that. What's he affected by? He's affected by comedy. He If you ridicule him, or if you just show that he's not popular. I remember the night after the election, on the 9th of November, a bunch of us just randomly got in the street and marched to Trump Tower. Anybody there that night? There weren't a lot of us, but it was a few hundred people. And he's up there in his tower, in his penthouse, tweeting, "Demonstrators outside my home. Unfair. Unfair. Why are they protesting me? Wrong. Wrong." I'm telling you, my friends, this is how he'll implode. It's his Achilles heel. And we don't need to just depend on the comedians to do this for us. Everybody here has a sense of humor. Use it. Use it. Participate in the ridicule and the satire for the emperor who has no claws.
Are you going to fight? Are we going to have 100 days of resistance? Fantastic. Now, number two, I want to say this idea from the government, that the mayor's office has been talking about, other people have been talking about ID NYC. That's a great thing. And I want all of you to spread that word through social media, through your friends, anybody you know that needs that kind of help. They go to idnyc.gov. idnyc.gov. Remember that. Just like Michael Moore said, what's that number? 202-225-3121. Thank you. Thank you. It's Michael Moore's agent over here, his publicist. But spread that around. idnyc.gov. I'm listening to National Public Radio, and the guy gets arrested for a crime. They don't know whether he committed it or not, and immigration's waiting outside the courthouse, and they arrest him. He's in jail, detained for a year. He's here working. He's illegal. He's here working in some kitchen in Manhattan, and he's got kids at home, and he's got a wife at home, and he's been detained for a year now. We've got to provide this ID NYC thing to as many people as we can. We've got to spread that around. idnyc.gov. And the last thing I want to say is about our children. My wife and I have 3 little children. And for all of you out there who have children, to a degree, I mean, I'll let you be the judge of that. They're never too young for you to start to teach them about what's going on here. They're never too young for you to teach them what a real American is. And an American wants full participation and full transparency of their government. And we've never been further away from that than we are now. These people are a disgrace. They are a disgrace to everything you and I believe in. But there is hope, and the hope is us and us fighting 100 days of resistance. 202-225-3121, idnyc.gov. You take your pick. Whatever you want to do to stay involved, stay strong. God bless you all, and God bless New York City, and thank you. Now, it's time to get inspired. It's time to get inspired. I'm going to go to the Russian consulate right now and take a piss. A really super, super strong one. But before I do that, it's time to get inspired. I'm going to bring up one of the most inspirational New Yorkers I've ever met in my lifetime, the Reverend Al Sharpton. Thank you. Let me break in the comedy hour, and let me say to people watching us around the world, this is Donald Trump's hometown, but the hometown folk do not behave like Donald Trump. Look tonight at thousands upon thousands of us, of different religions, different races, different sexual orientations, different genders, that stand together saying that we may have seen you win an election, but we have not lost our minds. We come together in the town Donald Trump was born to say that we don't need to make America great. America is great when we respect
respect each other and stand with each other and unite with each other and defend each other's rights and stop the harassment and oppression of each other. You might have missed it, Donald, but America's already been great, and we're gonna make it even greater. Tomorrow, as the mayor has said, who's leading us tonight, President Barack Obama will leave the White House, but we are going to make sure that health care doesn't leave with him, that LGBT rights doesn't leave with him, that rights of criminal justice reform doesn't leave with him, that rights of blacks and rights of Latinos and rights of immigrants and gender rights doesn't leave with him. Nobody donated us those rights. We fought for those rights, and we're going to keep those rights because we're going to keep on fighting. You want to register, you want to build walls. This is a country that does not make that happen, and we will not sit by and let it happen again. It amazes me that Mr. Trump got upset when someone said that they didn't respect him as a legitimate president after he campaigned for years calling President Obama not a legitimate American. Your politics started by trying to delegitimize the sitting president's nationality. And now you want to have a temper tantrum when people talk about voters were purged and there was, according to intelligence, influence from other nations. As you sit there tonight at the inaugural concert in Lincoln Memorial, you need to talk to President Lincoln, Mr. Trump. President Lincoln will tell you that slavery and oppression based on different races and different people is wrong. You need to talk to Lincoln while you're there tonight. And Lincoln will tell you that states' rights, whether it's on health care, on teachers, on education, is wrong. You need to talk to Mr. Lincoln tonight. There's some battles we won, and you can't reverse those battles. We're sending you a message from your hometown that you can try to turn back the clock, but you won't turn back time. We're not going backwards. Tomorrow at high noon, Donald Trump is scheduled to put his hand on a Bible and be sworn in the 45th president. Well, I hope he opens that Bible and reads the Bible. Go to the New Testament. There's a story that I'll tell you as a Baptist preacher where Jesus talked about a man who was laying by the side of the road. He'd been wounded, he'd been robbed, and he laid there in desperate conditions. A man of his race walked by, looked at him and kept walking. Another one walked by that was of religious standing. He looked at him and kept walking. But another man came by, and he reached and helped him. He didn't ask him what his race was. He didn't ask him what his gender was. He didn't ask him if he was transsexual. He didn't ask him what nation he was born in. He helped him. What makes a good Samaritan, Mr. Trump, and a good American is when we lift each other up rather than beat each other down. We come to lift the nation up tonight. So we say, they're saying that there was hackers that hacked all over the country. country during the election? Well, I made it easy. I brought my smartphone. Hack this tonight. We're going to love, not hate. Hack this tonight. We're going to stand united, not divided. Hack this tonight. There'll be 100 days of resistance. Hack this tonight. Voter rights won't stop. LGBT rights won't stop. We will not stop. We will not go back. You can hack a message and tell the world that the election is over, but the movement has just begun.